DOTR and the LTO have agreed to defer full implementation of the Child Safety on Motor Vehicles Act. Motoring Forum discusses why this is being done.
On February 2, 2021, provisions of Republic Act 11229, the Child Safety Motor Vehicles Act, took effect. RA 11229 requires children to use child restraint systems or child car seats that are appropriate for their age, height, and weight while inside a private vehicle. It also disallows children 12 years old and below who are shorter than 4'11" from sitting in the front passenger seat of a moving vehicle or to be left unattended inside a private vehicle even when parked. The implementation got off to a rocky start with many car owners complaining about the suddenness of it. The confusing provisions over the kind of car restraints are needed or allowed for children of various sizes, ages, or weights. Posts and memes and social media were generally all negative. Traditional media also got into the picture, publishing mostly complaints from people. The DOTR and the LTO got the brunt of the complaints, prompting both agencies to issue clarifications that both were just among the many government agencies tasked to enforce the RA 11229. And by the way, they pointed out, RA 11229 was enacted by Congress way back in December 2018 and signed into law in February 2019. The necessary implementing rules and regulations were finalized and approved in December of 2019, with a transitory period set for at least 1 year to allow for the dissemination of information about the new law, as well as giving time for the concerned government agencies to prepare for the effective enforcement of the law. The DOTR and the LTO had to come out and say that requiring car restraint systems for children is not a policy or rule they are enforcing on their own. It is the law of the land. In detailing the dates of the passage of RA 11229 and its IRR, the LTO and the DOTR say there is nothing sudden about its implementation. The LTO and the DOTR also said people can't claim not to know about the new law because at every step of its enactment into law and the drafting of the IRR, hearings and public consultations were conducted. At each step, many parents and guardians were involved in the hearing and public consultations. They added that the IRR itself was a product of multi-stakeholder collaboration that included various NGOs and CSO or civil society organizations. The law itself was proposed and enacted for the safety of children in motor vehicles, and basically hews to recommendations of World Health Organization on the use of seatbelts in child restraint systems that studies say reduced by 70% deaths for infants and 45 to 54% for children aged 1 to 4 years old in an accident. In deciding to defer strict implementation of RA 11229, the DOTR and the LTO admitted that there was still a need for a comprehensive public information campaign about the new law, its provisions, and its importance. The LTO revealed that it has scheduled an enforcement and communications planning workshop on the implementation of RA 11229 on March 19 to 20 last year, but then the COVID-19 pandemic intervened and the workshop was postponed. It added that a campaign was also planned to roll out information regarding the law, targeting teachers and school officials, children, medical practitioners, and the manufacturers, retailers, importers of child restraint systems. Meanwhile, LTO Chief Edgar Galvate said his agency will be focusing on information dissemination about the new law, in coordination with other government agencies such as the Philippine Information Agency, the Department of Education, the Department of Trade and Industry, and the private sector.
Road safety advocates are hoping government authorities will have learned from what happened by the seeming lack of a comprehensive information campaign on provisions of the Child Safety on Motor Vehicles Act and its IRR prior to its enforcement. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.